Here we have the current stock market update for Palantir Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker PLTR. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So as we can see here, this is the 1 hour time frame. Each candle that we're looking at here represents a 1 hour trading period. And it is undeniable at this stage that the stock is starting to roll over following some prior longer term highs. So these are significant price movements here because we have started to do some damage to this longer term price chart. But in this video, we will be looking at some very specific price levels to explain why they're important and likely where the stock is likely to be headed next. So as we can see here, this most recent trend movement to the top side comes in right around 45.15. And then currently this recent low can be found at $40.90. So let's just write that in here. So these are significant price movements at the moment because, as we can see, the share price itself is attempting to find some support right around this 200-hour exponential moving average. So this is an important indicator here, and whether or not we're able to bounce from this section is going to be critically important because if this does not occur, share prices will then be trading below the entire exponential moving average cluster. And this would then suggest that we could see sort of a deeper retracement to the downside. If we're sort of looking at the severity of this price movement, one thing that we can do here is to look at the Fibonacci analysis of this most recent trend wave. So essentially what we're looking at here is the price movement from 35.90 all the way to 45.15. So essentially that would be this price movement here. And as we can see here, as this is, the stock itself has already fallen through the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement zone and the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement zone. So as we said, the stock is attempting to find some support here, but from the Fibonacci analysis perspective, the stock has already fallen through two very important support zones. So this does suggest that we could see a period of weakness here, and this is also being confirmed by the indicator reading, which has been showing a bearish divergence now for quite some time. So, there were several signals that these types of declines were likely to be seen. And, it is a bit frustrating to see the other people on this platform that just constantly cover Palantir in the positive light. There's never any negative, and that's always a red flag anytime you're dealing with any stock or any asset. I mean, there are always positives and negatives to anything. And in this case, what I've pointed out in prior videos on multiple occasions is that the forward price to earnings valuation for this stock is becoming extremely overextended. I mean, it's really out in the stratosphere at this point. And a lot of this really wasn't based on much other than the stock being included in the S&P 500, which was already known for some time. I mean, it really wasn't a new development. So when you see all these clickbait YouTubers, people like Dylan with Money, for example, who just sort of throws out these random numbers, like the stock is going to $60 in 3 days, make sure to watch this video. That guy has absolutely no idea what he's talking about. He's an idiot with a very low IQ that has never had a successful trade in his entire life. He just sort of throws out random numbers because he knows that people will click on the video if he does that. He doesn't actually have any content. It's really ridiculous stuff. He's a grimy guy that can't even spell basic English words properly. So he certainly doesn't know how to trade the market. I mean, he really shouldn't have even been passed through elementary school. And he really has no business telling people how to invest their money. He has no idea what he's talking about. So these recent movements here really would have been foreseen in advance. If we actually do the work on the price charts, if we do the work analyzing the price charts and spotting situations like this, where we can see that this most recent trend high here at 45.15 was not being confirmed by the indicator reading. As we can see here, there's a very clear bearish divergence that has been in place ever since the stock made its prior highs right around 44.50 or so. So that's quite a while now. I mean, we're talking about the 10th of October. So this is 3 weeks now that this signal has been developing. So this isn't really a new situation here. And to see that, it's just always positive. It's just always click this video because you're going to get rich. buy Palantir and never work again. This stock is making millionaires. Watch this video before tomorrow or you're going to miss out. I mean, it's total nonsense. And people really should not be watching those channels at all for any reason. I mean, they're not entertaining. They're not informative. They're not funny. I mean, they have no content whatsoever. And they're certainly not going to make money. They're going to take money out of your pocket because they're just going to give you the positive side of the argument. And that's not a balanced situation at all. Every stock moves lower eventually. Stocks move higher and lower, and we need to be able to spot the differences. So, as it currently stands here, what we're looking at is a support zone that is currently seen at $40.90. This is an attempted bounce from the 200-hour exponential moving average, but if share prices aren't able to really make a convincing, significant bounce from here, we do first have to look at this prior support zone at $40.26, and then from there, we have to look at possible breaks below the $40 mark. The first place that I would be looking here comes in at $39.40. And the reason that I point out this level, I have specific reasons for pointing out these levels, unlike the clickbait YouTubers that just come up with random numbers. The reason I'm pointing to this level specifically comes from the fact that this marks the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement of the ascending move from 35.90 to 45.15. So that's really the only support zone that rests below here. We're really not seeing any historical support zones or exponential moving averages in this area. So the possibility that these price zones will actually hold up starts to become diminished, and if the market narrative starts to turn in a way that starts to focus on the forward valuation of this company, this could suggest lower share prices. Okay, doesn't mean I'm not a fan of the company. Doesn't mean I don't think they should have been included in the S&P 500. They absolutely should. I think Alex Karp has the coolest haircut in the S&P 500. Dude's awesome. He's great. Okay, it's a great company. Doesn't mean you buy it at every level. Doesn't mean that you constantly make bullish projections, even when there are very clear signals that are pointing in the other direction. So here's the current market analysis for Palantir Technologies, stock ticker PLTR. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.